Welcome to my first clean with me. When I think about needing to clean my house, the very first thing I think about doing is actually vacuuming. So this is the first cleaning video. I decided to keep this in real time and not fast forward. So if you desire to put this on the background and hop to it and use me as a body double to get your own cleaning done, then feel free. Learning to film this was interesting. The first portion of vacuuming, I tried doing one that with a camera that I had on myself, and watching back that footage, I got dizzy, so I figured you probably would not enjoy watching it, so I spared you. So this vacuuming here doesn't include me vacuuming my entryway rug and my hallway rugs. But overall, this is what I would do if I'm just trying to vacuum the general areas of my house. In reality, the only thing that this doesn't really include is when I go in and vacuum the office where Wes works, but most of the time he's there working, and I'm vacuuming during the day, so it doesn't get vacuumed as often as the rest of the house. You'll notice that I'm not moving anything. I'm not picking up any furniture and moving it out of the way. This is what I call my weekly vacuuming. What I would just do just to bring the house back together. Growing up, my mom, when I was growing up, my mom discovered FlyLady. So I'm sure a lot of my cleaning methods and everything are actually inspired by or based on her systems. I don't do everything she says to do, but I do firmly believe in her mantra of 15 minutes makes a difference. Or nowadays, the minimal mom says 5 minutes makes a difference. But if you're overwhelmed, you know that there needs to be some cleaning, there's a lot of power in just pulling out a timer and setting it for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. It's amazing how much can get done in that time, because I know for me, my mind just exaggerates how long it's going to take to do the thing, because usually it's a thing I don't like to do, and takes time and it's effort. It's not in my normal routine, and so my mind just blows it out of proportion as to how long it's actually going to take. So, all of this vacuuming for my entire house. See, filming exaggerates the time some, so my filming time was 16 minutes, and then that didn't include the first portion of vacuuming. But if you take out all the camera moving and all that sort of thing, it probably would be about 15 minutes. And in FlyLady's system, once a week she does what she calls a home blessing, and she has 6 different tasks that you do for 10 minutes each. And one of them is vacuum the common areas of the house. And so with that, it wouldn't be including the living room. It wouldn't be including the bedroom. And you literally set a timer and vacuum, and when the timer goes off, you stop. And that kind of short burst cleaning really does help breaks me out of the perfectionist mindset of I'm not going to do this unless I can do it perfectly and do it completely. And it really trains your brain into understanding that anything is better than nothing. And if it's better than what you started with, it's okay. And that's the goal. Better is the goal. So I go in and out of seasons of doing a lot of housework, being very, very consistent with it. But the times that I've been very consistent with my housework, it's typically been just 15 minutes a day. Or 15 minutes a day, and then once a week, one hour. And if you consistently do that, you eventually run out of the really common things to do, and you actually do have time to get into the deep cleaning. And most of the time I look at it and go, well, yes, technically it should be deep cleaning, but it really doesn't bother me that much, so I'm not going to bother with it. It's kind of funny. When I started YouTube, I was doing a lot of cooking videos. It was in the editing of the cooking videos I realized how dirty my oven was. So Yeah, my oven got cleaned. Because a lot of my philosophy of cleaning is if it's not bothering me, I'm probably not going to do it. So I need to be aware of it for it to bother me. And, or if I know it's something that concerns my husband, I might be more of a priority, or the other people in my home. I know when we first got married, one of the things that we agreed on is that I don't like leaving dishes in the sink generally at all, but especially overnight. I want to wake up to a clean kitchen. That's one of the things that FlyLady talks about that I really truly believe and agree with, and I've seen the impact of my own life is being able to wake up to a clean kitchen gives you a fresh start for the day. You're not taking care of old stuff from the previous day. So we've really, throughout our 8-9 years of marriage, we've made an effort to go to bed with the kitchen clean, regardless of how crazy the rest of the house is. If there's no dirty dishes in the sinks and the counters are wiped down, then it's good. I guess that brings me to my basic cleaning routines that regardless of what's happening in life, I like to do. So, and it is predicated on FlyLady in that the idea of resetting a space, that when you leave a space, you reset it. So when you come back, it's nice and ready for you to use it again. You're not leaving a mess behind you. And that kind of thinking just sort of carries over to all sorts of areas in life. But my PM routine is hinged on the kitchen. It's make sure that all the dishes are done, wipe down the counters. Recently, that's been very much a habit of mine, so I'm starting to pull out the window cleaner and wipe down the microwave, because I hate our microwave that always has fingerprints on it. And it doesn't matter what we do, every single day it accumulates fingerprints. So, along with my spray for the counters, I'll pull out a spray for the microwave, and oftentimes our dishwasher and like the handles of the refrigerator will also get wiped down. And if I'm doing that daily, then that never gets out of hand. But that kind of addition of the window cleaning step is new. That's just like in the last couple of months I've started doing that. Let's see. So having the dishes going, having no dishes in the sink, having everything wiped down, that's basically my cleaning in the evening. When I'm waking up in the morning, before I leave the bedroom, there's 5 different things I want to have done before I leave. One is to make the bed. And I don't know if it was FlyLady or somebody else, but what sunk into me when I was learning to keep a home was the idea that the square footage percentage, how much space your bed takes up of your bedroom, your bed is actually a very large percentage of that visually. So if your bed's not made, then the whole room feels undone. Whereas if you only make your bed, it makes a huge difference visually for your bedroom. So I've gone in and out of making my bed every morning, but since we've been married, I know that's one of the things that Wes likes. Like I told him, I don't want dishes in the sink, so we do that. And he told me I really like a made bed, so we make an effort to do that. So the morning the bed gets made, I do some chores to my CPAP to reset it for the night. I need to be dressed, and like FlyLady talks about dressed to the shoes. Well, I added dress to the jewelry. So I don't just want to be dressed in order to work around my house. I want to be dressed in order to go out and about and feel put together. So dressed to the jewelry, that's 3. The 4th thing is a bathroom reset. And so she has specific things she talks about, but I basically look around and say, are there things on the counter, on the mirror, or the toilet are bothering me? And if they are, I take care of them. I don't clean every single one every single day. Just whatever is bugging me. And most likely that means the counter gets wiped out every morning, because just the accumulation of splatter and water and everything. And the way our sink is and the way you turn on the water, there's almost always water spots on the counter from where you're turning it on and off. So a bathroom reset. And then the fifth thing, my TMJ doctor wanted me to do a mouth stretch. And so that was my fifth thing. So that sometimes doesn't happen, but at least the other four need to be done before I leave the bedroom for me to feel ready to go. Let's see. Honestly, if I can just do my morning routine, those 4 or 5 things in the bedroom, and then in the evening, reset the kitchen, then that is what my house runs on the majority of the time in terms of cleaning. And then there's just the habit of picking up after yourself, putting things away when you're done with them. That I'm not so wonderful about because I tend to want things out. If I'm working on a project, I don't want to put everything away if I'm working on it the next day. So that's not necessarily a habit yet. And I don't know if it will be. It makes me think of the teachings that Cass the Clutter Bug talks about. There's probably some sort of organizer that needs to have their stuff out. I have found that putting things in a basket, like a project basket, does help, but I'm still not in the habit of that. But for me, these AM and PM routines have been important to just have a sense of stability in my life and cleaning. I have a history of going in and out of depressions, and keeping these 2 routines going, as small as they are, really do make a difference. And it's kind of odd, I've talked to people about depression and everything. I was like, I know when I'm coming out of a depression, because when I start realizing how dirty my house is. Because when you're in a depression, at least for me, you disconnect from the environment around you, and you don't see what's around you. You don't see what's happening daily. It's all mental. So to me, that's a sign that things are getting better, because I say, oh, my house is dirty and I actually have the desire to clean it now, and the energy to clean it. So I hope you take this clean with me as an encouragement that just doing small things, small chunks of time, just like the exercise, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes really does make a difference. Yes, there's times and days where you need a project and overall something, but that's not the majority. That's not the norm. That's not what keeps a house afloat. What keeps a house afloat is the 5, 10, 15-minute habits that you have in your daily life. So, thank you for joining me as I vacuumed my house. I hope you find this as an encouragement. I hope you have a wonderful day and you turn on that timer. Take it out, wipe it off, and turn it on for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever it takes. And help shift your brain into the realization that things don't take as long as we think they do. I hope you have a wonderful day. And in the meantime, feel free to like and subscribe.